What's up, YouTube? It's the Console Samurai with Grown Ups Gaming. And one interesting announcement came out of Square-Enix that actually has two facets that are kind of interesting. Square-Enix announced that the Project NX may be getting Final Fantasy XIV, their incredibly successful MMORPG in the, obviously, Final Fantasy franchise. Now, this is actually very interesting news because Final Fantasy XIV is on the PS3, it's on the PS4, and it's on the PC. And even though Nintendo's been very tight-lipped about the Project NX, every once in a while something small will leak out. This could be one of the biggest leaks because this, at least in my opinion, this gives us an idea of what the Project NX might be capable of. The Final Fantasy XIV, as I mentioned, does run on PS3. However, the PS3 is the weakest link in it. PS3's hardware limitations are holding back the rest of the game. The community knows this, and Square Enix knows this. So, to me, I find it very difficult to believe that the Project NX would be as weak as the PS3 because Square Enix wouldn't put another system in that's going to hold it back as much as the the PS3. They do have a plan to phase out the PS3's support on Final Fantasy XIV to bring everybody up more to speed. So the Project NX is going to have to be more powerful than the PS3, at least in my mind. It should be more powerful, and it should possibly be as powerful as the PS4 and the Xbox One, which would be very good for Nintendo because Nintendo is notorious for being an entire generation behind in their hardware, as far as its capabilities. And this would be a very good thing because I do want to see Nintendo succeed. And I like the idea of cross-platform games that are compatible across the board on all platforms. And I mention this because the other facet of the same announcement, is that Square Enix hasn't ruled out the Xbox One port of the game. When they relaunched in 2013, Square Enix came to both PlayStation and Xbox and offered them the same thing. We will port this game to your console, and the only thing you need to do in exchange is just be part of the community. PlayStation said, absolutely, we would love to play with PC gamers. It would be great. We would love we would love it. It'd be great to have an MMO on our console, other than DC Universe, which is free to play. There's a lot of money. There's a lot of real money and all that stuff going into it. But Xbox said, yeah, no, we like the game, but we don't want to do that. Xbox was the reason that they never got the port. A lot of people say that, well, Square Enix kind of screwed them. Square Enix didn't screw them. Xbox screwed themselves on this. Because they said they didn't want to play with the rest of the community, so Square Enix said, well, then you're not getting the port. But Square Enix has come out and said, again, we are still willing to do it. All you need to do is just be willing to do cross-platform play and play with the rest of the community. No dedicated servers like Microsoft wanted to keep their community safe from the rest of the world, because apparently the rest of the world is scary. All they need to do is just play with the rest of the world. And I think that would be an amazing thing to have Xbox players, PlayStation players, Nintendo players, and PC players all playing the same game together. Because, as I've mentioned in my review of Final Fantasy XIV, it is a good game. And you really do play with everyone all at once. This isn't like, oh, okay, well, I'm on the PS4 version, or I'm on the PS4 servers, and there's no way to tell other than how somebody's screen is set up. There's really no way to tell, and I think that's a really good thing, that you can play across the board with everybody. Now, I'm probably going to make a blog post about this because there's a lot more to say. I'll put a link to my blog in the description down below. But tell me what you think in the comments down below. Do you think that cross-platform between Nintendo, PlayStation, Xbox, and PC would be a great thing? Or do you think that one of the systems is going to hold it back and it's just not going to work? Or do you think maybe Microsoft is still just going to say, no, we're not interested, we don't want to be part of the community, we want to stand off by ourselves? Which is, I would think, likely for either Microsoft or Nintendo. But tell me what you think in the comments down below. Once again, I am the Console Samurai, and I'll see you around.